Ladies and gentlemen, this contest is 6 3-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Brought to you courtesy of Pat Barrett for Black Flash Promotions. Your referee for this contest is John Latham and your timekeeper, Gary Grennan. Introducing first, boxing out of your blue corner, he wears the black, red and white shorts. Official weight, 10 stone, 3 pounds and 12 ounces. Tonight he takes part in his 97th professional contest. Boxing out of Venice, Italy, via his home nation of Nicaragua, it's Christian Narvaez. And opposing him across the ring, boxing out of your red corner, he wears the yellow and black shorts. Official weight, 9 stone, 9 pounds and 9 ounces. He's a former national amateur champion and 5 times regional titleist. As a professional boxer, he's undefeated. 10 victories from his 10 contests to date. 2 wins coming by way of knockout. From Bolton, Abdul Khan. 6 3-minute rounds.
Okay, well, if you're joining us just now, welcome. We're live on Black Flash Promotions YouTube channel and BBTV YouTube channel. We've had some good boxing so far, and right now we have unbeaten Abdul Khan, 10-0 from Bolton. He's in there against a very tough Christian Narvaez, and John, you've just been showing me his record. He very, very rarely gets stopped, doesn't he?
Yeah, Narvaez, 72 losses, just 2 of them inside the distance, and he's taken a who's who of super bantamweight and featherweight divisions the distance recently, like Kareem Gurphy, Zach Miller, Josh Holmes, Jamie McDonnell. Haven't been able to put a significant dent in Christian Narvaez, so Abdul Khan's got his work cut out, but let's see if he can do it. Talented kid.
Very talented kid, Abdul Khan. He's been boxing in Dubai recently as well. He goes like Dubai then Bolton, Dubai then Bolton, and tonight we're seeing him in Bolton. It's great to have him on the show.
He's got it wrong, hasn't he? Because somehow he's ended up in Bolton in February.
I know, yeah, he needs to be in Dubai in February.
He's got his routine wrong.
But yeah, talented fighter. He's like I say, 10-0. He's fought quite a few different styles so far.
But it's going to be very hard to put a mark in Narvaez. Really, you've just got to do it. Look how tough he looks like. Look how big his head is.
Yeah,
he's got a solid guy, isn't he?
He's a solid guy. He's a veteran. He's experienced. He doesn't look like he's going to throw much at the minute, so he's going to, just as I say that, he throws a left hook. But, he looks like he's going to be in, let's say, not going to say survival mode, but he looks like he's tucking up anyway, that's for sure.
Khan's at the point, though, 10-0, where he needs some statement victories, doesn't he? He's got to get off these kind of shows, with greatest respect to it. He's going to want to be on the big TV shows, isn't he? And to do that, he's got to make some kind of...
Yeah, he's got to make a statement. He's got to make
some kind of statement.
Yeah.
So it may not make any noise, It may not make any noise around the bigger scene in boxing, but word gets round, doesn't it? And the talk in the gym would be, oh God, Abdul Khan stopped Christian Narvaez. It would make a little bit of impact on the boxing scene. So he'll be looking to make some kind of statement.
Well, he's got 6 rounds to operate in. He's a very fit guy. I went to do a little session with his, to film it, his session, his strength and conditioner, who was training Roman Fury at the time. Went down to see him, telling me he'd been working with Abdul as well. So shout out to KD Performance over there. And they're adding to his game. They're adding the strength work. They're trying to make him a stronger fighter, more solid base. And we're seeing that there's less frenetic activity. When he gets a spot like that, nice, doesn't waste any shots. I'm absolutely loving one of these comments here, John. I've just seen it here, talking about Pat's knockout of Ephraim Kalamati, saying he knocked him to the deepest known layer of the shadow realm. What a comment! I love it, and it's true as well. That was a brutal knockout.
Sounds like something from a Thor film, doesn't it?
Or Mortal Kombat.
Banished to the shadow realm.
Yes, so here we go, guys. Go on, John.
No, I was going to say, keep your questions coming in. tell us what you think of Abdul Khan. Tell us what you think about boxing going on at the moment. You know, it's sports flying, big shows, big fights everywhere you can look. So yeah, let us know your thoughts on the sport. Keep them coming in. We'll talk about them.
Christian Narvaez, as you've mentioned before, John, they've all gone points. He very rarely gets stopped. I've just seen Lyndon and Zelfa walk in. Zelfa's got a good fight coming up, actually. Jordan Gill, that is a good fight, good quality fight. We'll talk about that a bit later on. But
Round 2.
Right now, in fact, we'll try and get him over here in a bit. But right now, Abdul Khan and Christian Narvaez, round number 2. And thank you to everybody that's joining us live on Black Flash Promotions.
Yeah, live here at Bowlers, it's become the home of Black Flash, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I love the shows here, and they get bigger and better. And a few of the later, Nelson sold a hell of a lot of tickets, so I mean, it's going to be pumping a bit later on as well. But
yeah, before Black Flash came, Bowlers venues could always be a little bit soulless and a little bit out of town, but I think Black Flash have made it their own with the shows they've been putting on. The one before Christmas was fantastic, wasn't it? I think it's the best show Black Flash have ever done, with one of the best fights I've seen live. Lewis Wood winning his area title, then Jack Rafferty making a statement with that first round knockout of Lee Appleyard for the Commonwealth belt, and that was just a jam-packed night. So they've definitely made Bowlers the place to be, really, on the Manchester small scene.
Well, that's it. I mean, that was a great show, and it was a 10-year anniversary show. But look at what we've got off the back of that. We've got Abdul Khan on the show. We've got Nelson Birchall on the show. You know, it's like success breeds that, magnetism, and people want to get on these shows, and won't be before long we'll be calling these medium hall shows.
Yeah. The fighters have got the personality and the skills to carry it, haven't they, to translate up to the next level. And now Pat's proven he can get title fights on the Bulls, then you're already a step up, aren't you?
We've seen some good combinations here from Khan. He's mindful, he's fighting in bursts. He's just doing everything professionally at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, similar to Mohammed Hamza, isn't he? Just a step on in his career. No rush, no fuss, no mistakes, nothing over the top, no openings, and just doing everything solid and professionally.
That was a nice right hand through the middle there. I like about him is he throws good straight shots. Nice, precise, doesn't waste anything. Trained by Matt Bolton.
It's a type of opponent you must get where you must think, right, you're ready for 6 rounds, aren't you? You're ready to go the distance. And it's how you go about that. Do you get disheartened thinking you've got a long night? Do you think, wow, I've got 6 rounds here to show off everything I've been doing? How do you approach it? And it looks like Abdul Khan's approached it in the right way.
Yeah, I think you've got to know what's in front of you, and if you're in there with someone who's taken leather off some of the biggest and best prospects around, you just got to ride it out. You've got to do the professional thing. Sometimes you're going to have to go the distance. It's how you do it. Do you utilise it to your advantage? Do you work on things? Do you work at a good pace to get the rounds under the lights?
Yeah, it goes back to the corner. He's got 2 rounds in the bank straight away. Narvaez has lost 2 rounds. Couldn't care less. Hasn't been troubled.
Narvaez looks like he's going for a stroll, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like it's a little stroll in the nice countryside.
Solid, tough guy. Yeah, Lucy, literally no point in trying to knock Narvaez out.
Yeah.
One of the most difficult tasks in British boxing, I think.
He's got one of the best hairlines in boxing. Look at that hairline. I wish I had that hairline.
He's got a thick head of hair, hasn't he?
I'm jealous. I had to pay for mine.
10 seconds, corners.
Here we go, round 3. Abdul Khan, all one-way traffic so far.
Second
Let's just see if we can
round 3.
inject a little bit of pace into it. Maybe shows a couple of the tricks he's got that took him to all that amateur success. The guys who do well in the amateurs, it must be such a shock, because when you're competing as a top-level amateur, you're fighting against top people who are trying to beat you all of a sudden you go professional and you're in there with somebody who's just climbing up, looking not to get beaten. It must be such a tough thing to go through, really.
Absolutely, definitely. Just before we carry on with the calling the action, guys, if you're watching right now, it'd be really great if you liked and subscribed. Subscribe up to Black Flash Promotions YouTube channel. Subscribe up to BBTV YouTube channel. And put a little like on the video, please, if you don't mind. It'd be really helpful for us. But yeah. Again, learning fights. You talk about learning fights. This is a learning fight for Abdul Khan. He's in there with someone who's not going to get out of there. So how does he approach the 6 rounds? What does he look at? How does he go about it? Shot selection. Think about his pacing. Think about his ring positioning.
Nice sharp jab from Khan here. Just a couple of feints there, trying to make Narvaez throw something, but he's not going to. You've got to force your openings. Just while we're looking here, I'm going to look back through our records. Let me get my bigger record book out here and just thumb back through Christian Narvaez's record for the last time he was stopped.
There we go, guys. Giving you stats on the go here.
Well, he had a disqualification loss back in 2015.
Wonder what he did.
And then he was knocked out in the 5th round of 10 back in 2018. And that was it.
Wow, okay.
So in 6 years, almost 100 fights, no one's been able to stop Christian Narvaez. And one of his losses was a disqualification.
I've got to find out what he did. If anybody knows, please tell us.
And I would have a good amount of money that it was an early stoppage in the other fight as well. I bet it was controversial. But Khan just doing what he's got to do here, just jabbing away, keeping that jab working. Right hands are landing on the forearms.
He's looking good though, Khan, in what he's doing. He's looking good. Like, you know, every time he throws a shot, he's well out of the way from the counter. Little feints, like nice jab, nice feet positioning. Another one who's good, you know, is good to watch. If you like your purist boxers, very good to watch.
Good.
Yeah, did he get to him a little bit there?
I think he did with that right hand. Khan felt like he did, didn't he? You know, he jumped straight back in. But yeah, nice movement, that in and out. Hit and don't get hit.
You know, this is one of the things that Pat's doing here, and it's not just Pat. Obviously, there's some other great small promoters out there, but giving lads a chance, you know, while they're waiting for their big fight, while they're waiting for their breakout fight, they can come and keep the tools sharp on Black Flash promotion shows, and it's really good to see, especially with the diversification in terms of different fighters there that aren't just from the Collier's gym getting a chance. You know, Pat's had champions from Wales on and all sorts of places. So, and I think there's plans to work going forward to work with more promoters, to work with more gyms, more areas. So, you know, if you have a fighter who wants to get out, get in touch with Black Flash Promotions. And you never know, there could be an opportunity for you on one of these shows.
Yeah, we like seeing it as well, don't we? You know,
yeah.
It does. We like seeing the different faces, different fighters that we don't bump into on the circuit all the time. You know, it's good to see what else is about. So yeah, always like to see that. Pete Naylor's built up a big following in Manchester, the heavyweight from just across the Pennines in Bradford. So.
Yeah, as I understand it, they're looking for a central area title fight for Pete Naylor on a Black Flash promotion show. Whether that is in Bradford or Manchester, I'm not sure, but that's a fight there. That is something they're looking at.
Pete Naylor area title fight in Bradford would be fantastic.
Oh, it'd be great.
What a night.
Abdul Khan in here with Christian Narvaez. 6 3-minute rounds still to come. Tom Rafferty, George Killeen, Niall Brown, Nelson Burchell, Rizad Lewicki versus Badr Karami. The rematch, the main event. Good little show this. Thank you for joining us on, whether you're watching on the Black Flash Promotions channel or you're watching on BBTV. We appreciate you. We're trying to get this out to as many people as possible. Good series of left hooks there from Khan.
Yeah. Narvaez just maybe that's what you got to do against Narvaez. Throw like something unorthodox, an unusual combination that he's not used to seeing. You know, he got his hands up and he blocked most of them, but he'll be used to these prospects throwing 1-2 jab, left hook, right hand. Maybe you got to mix it up and try and surprise him with something rather than just doing it with the routine stuff.
Yeah. I think Narvaez has seen everything, hasn't he? So it's really hard to surprise him. A lot of it's to do with his range and distancing and his guard and everything. I mean, he's just so good at keeping out of trouble, isn't he? I mean, just look at the way he moves and rocks out. He's seen it all. That was a little bit like Neo from The Matrix.
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. But yeah. But no, Khan doing the right things. Not getting frustrated, is he? That he's not getting frustrated at the lack of shots being thrown by Narvaez. It's hard to work off. It's like when someone's not giving you much, it's quite hard to work off.
It is, yeah. You can speak to any young fighter, and the same questions come up in conversation quite a lot. And eventually, when we fight somebody who's we know is going to throw back, it's almost a sigh of relief, isn't there? Because we don't have to go through this. We don't have to spend time just punching someone's forearms for 6 rounds. They know there's going to be opportunities to look good. Because that's what it's about on these shows. You want to look good, you want to impress people, and it's very difficult to look good and impress people against someone like Christian Narvaez.
Well, it sounds strange, but a lot of fighters say, I can't wait for someone to come and have a go. And people are like, what? But that's what they want. They want their openings, guys. That's what they want, the catch and shoot opportunities. They want shots going over the top they can come underneath with. They want that. Especially when you think about some of their sparring that they do, competitive sparring. But as I say, Khan, he looks to have a mature head on him.
He does, yeah. He's not got frustrated, has he? He's not made any silly mistakes. He's not overcommitted to anything. I don't think Narvaez had looked to capitalise anyway, really. But yeah, it's just been rock solid by Abdul Khan so far. Another round in the bank.
Another round in the bank, and thanks for all the nice messages coming in and everything. Christine is saying that there's always a lovely feeling watching this from home to see all the support the young are getting. Top lads, there you go. I mean, that's what Black Flash Promotions is about. That's what BBTV's always been about. The likes of VIP, it's always been about. All the smaller promoters on the circuit are trying to do. And yeah, we love it. We can't get enough of it. Great to see some new faces on the show as well. Like and subscribe, guys, to both channels, Black Flash Promotions and BBTV. And next up, we've got Tom Rafferty against Serhii Zenzov, who's a good tough fighter himself. That's going to be a good fight. Right now, we've got Abdul Khan in the ring against Christian Narvaez.
2 rounds to go. Nice little left up there from Abdul Khan. Narvaez uncharacteristically letting a big right hand go and just getting clipped. So that's probably putting his guns back in the holsters now for the rest of the round.
It's so hard to land on Narvaez clean. Khan doing the right thing. He's not overreaching.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters would get very frustrated at this point and they'd start smothering the work, wouldn't they? And that's one of the things I'm going to take away of this. A good positive for Khan, because he's very, he seems mature. He's only a young lad, but he seems mature. For is that Master Sken on there? The comment in there. Oh no, I can just saw Sken there. Well,
asking about Niall also.
Yeah, asking about Niall. Well, there you go. Like, I know obviously comes from the Muay Thai background. Niall should be on at approximately 9 p.m. Okay, we're currently slightly ahead of schedule, but that could all change. But yeah, approximately 9 p.m. for anyone waiting for Niall Brown.
Yeah, Abdul Khan, as you say, jets back between Dubai and Bolton. He's been pretty busy, really. He's 4 fights in 12 months. Turned pro in 2021. Obviously, everything was a little bit slow then, wasn't it? But in 2022, boxed 5 times, 3 times in 23, and he's getting out nice and early in 2024. But that's going to be the key, isn't it, for Abdul Khan? He's 10 and this will be 11-0 now after this fight. He's going to win this fight. It's making that step, to go from fighters like Narvaez to 8-rounders to earn yourself that title fight, and he's going to have to happen quickly now. He's not going to get to 20-0 without a test. So sometime in the next 5 fights, there is going to be a test there for Abdul Khan.
I think as well, he's not far away from a meaningful title fight, I don't think. So again, it's a sense of don't do anything daft. Last thing he needs is a cut, a broken hand, a broken rib, from something happening. So I'd say he's doing well here. Good 6 rounds under the belt. he's 10-0. That's when people start talking about potential area title fights and things, isn't it?
It's just ticking a box, isn't it? You know, he has been 8 rounds in the past as well, though, you know, so he's dropped back down to 6 here. So I assume in his next fight he's going to be looking at some kind of title eliminator. You know, he's going to want to be getting in line for the area title or some kind of English title eliminator. I think that's what we're looking at for Abdul Khan next. And the corner team will know, won't they? Matt and Pat will know. They'll know he's ready. They want him to go through this again. You know, it's time to step up now for Abdul Khan. Let's see what he can do against someone who's really coming to try and win. I think we'll see the best of him.
Oh, I do as well, and you just get that sense, you know, in the Northwest at the minute we've got a lot of fighters who are 10-0, and it's like they're all about to move on to that next stage. It's going to be a good few years for Northwest boxing. I'm looking forward to it, and it's just such a shame. I mean, that 2020, 2021, 2022, it's such a shame. So many fighters got turned off the sport because of all these crazy restrictions and everything, and it was really sad to see. But you know, the ones that come through and weren't deterred and everything, they're making up for lost time. And
it did. We also saw a lot of amateurs turning professional very young as well. So they're having to be looked after more. You know, they turned over because there was no they couldn't go to the Olympics, or the amateur tournaments got held back. They decided to turn pro a couple of years younger than they maybe would have liked. So that means that they're having to do more learning as professionals, which has slowed it all down a little bit. But as you said, you know, that's all changed now, hasn't it? We're back to normal, and those fighters who did turn over pro are ready to go. So yeah, it's going to be a good few months. Nelson Birchall's decided to do his warm-up in the crowd. He's over there with his hands wrapped, just shadow boxing in amongst his friends and family.
He probably wants to soak up the atmosphere, and anyone that's tuning in to watch Nelson Birchall will be on at around 9:30. Currently, Abdul Khan is in the ring there against Christian Narvaez. Is this the final round?
Sixth and final round.
So it's been a good professional performance from Abdul Khan. No silly risks taken against a good, experienced operator in Narvaez. You know, before the fight we were saying it's virtually impossible to stop Narvaez. So, you know, think the corner will be happy with what he's done?
Yeah, you know? Yeah, I do. I think you know what's going to happen when you get matched with Narvaez. You've just got to go through everything you've been working on in the gym. We don't know what we've been working on in the gym. Maybe he'll get back to a dressing room and he'll get a rollicking for not doing X, Y, and Z. But from our vantage point, it's been clean, hasn't it? He's not allowed it to get messy. Yeah, I think they must be happy with it. He's not allowed Narvaez to pinch around, which would be disappointing. He's dominated from the get-go.
Yeah, and if you're watching, people, whether it be on Black Flash or BBTV, give it a like and a share, please, guys. We're trying to get this out to as many people as possible. It's good for the fighters. You know, it's good for everyone involved. So if you don't mind, that would be really, really good.
There we go again. Can't just touch him with the jab, just stepping around trying to get that right hand working, but Narvaez's arms didn't move, didn't bite on the feint, didn't fall for it. Nothing doing.
No, it's been good. It's there's been a couple of spells where you've seen when he puts his hands together, he's thrown some nice combinations. It's been precise. I think he'll be happy with this work, actually, the workout. He's not really put a foot wrong, has he, really? He can't be. There's nothing to really sort of criticise in a sense.
A nice little bit of work there, wasn't there? He was just planted his feet, let his hands go, just swayed back out of range, came back with the second phase, swayed back out again, didn't get touched. So I don't know what more you can do really against this type of opponent. You know, it's been really good. There's no question marks have been thrown up, have they, Aki? We're not watching the 6th round of this and suddenly we're doubting how good he is, you know. I think that's probably the biggest compliment we can get. Against a real negative, hard to look good against opponent, we still think he's as good as he was before.
Yeah, so all in all a good outing. And Narvaez, with 10 seconds to go, says he wants to fight. They'll have some respect now, that's how it goes. There we go, 6 rounds under the belt.
There we go, job done for Christian Narvaez. Get that cash onto next week. And Abdul Khan probably back to Dubai for his next fight.
As Joe Penn used to call it, cash and dash.
2 hours in, 10 minutes ahead of schedule.
Which is unheard of on Black Flash Promotions show.
It's ridiculous, yeah. And we've got 5 fights to go, and I think we're going to get a bit of crash bang wallop in a couple of these, Aki.
Do you remember the show that Pat put on at Victoria Warehouse? There was like, I think it was 2 hour fight, I don't know, but I remember leaving at 1:30.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember the 1:30 finish. In a cold Victoria Warehouse.
Oh, it was freezing. You know what, it's not too warm in here, to be honest, but I wish I bought my big coat, but, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's all about giving opportunities to fighters, and that's what Black Flash Promotions does. It gives opportunities to young fighters coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action, your referee John Latham's scorecard is 60 points to 54 for the winner, Abdul Khan!
60-54. If any of you in the chat have got any different,
And your appreciation,
log off.
please, for Christian Narvaez.
But on to the next fight. We've got Tom Rafferty fighting Serhii Senzov.
Yeah, Serhii Senzov's he's a good fighter. He's from the UK. I remember him because I emceed his last fight, so or one of his last fights. So I remember him. He's a bit of a handful. You know, he's rugged. Tom Raff. Well, you know the finest, you know, gym inside and out because you train there. But the finest gym is producing some quality. I mean, it's already produced some quality in the past, but right now at the minute, so I love the evolution of Tom Rafferty.